Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Pray First, a conversation we have Monday through Friday right here on the Pastor Doug page. It's so good to be with you all. Get in here, everybody. Get in here live. This interactive conversations that we have. Hashtag live, hashtag recorded, hashtag shared. Get this out on your page. We're going to be talking about a pretty big topic today. We're going to be talking about how I became an atheist. And it wasn't that I just sat down and decided one day, you know what? I think I'm going to embrace the principles of atheism. It's not like, I just decided to make a decision. Now, I want everybody to understand that the deciding of an atheist is not necessarily that I was educated into that and I looked at all the principles and I began to dive deep into the teachings and then I became one. It's just like woke up one day and decided, you know what? I'm going to live like one. How about that? Come on, everybody. Come on. Everybody get in here, hashtag live, hashtag recorded, hashtag shared. I'm talking about this idea that, you don't choose atheism. Many people don't study and look into and make decisions based on the complexities that is the religion or the idea of atheism. Most people just get up one day and start living like they are one. We're going to talk about that today. So I want you to hashtag out, bring your friends in, share this on your page, hit some hearts, hit some likes, go stupid crazy on those. Start hitting those right now. I also want to inform all of you Pray Firsters who signed up. If I got your name and I got your address, if you're out of town, we've mailed out your Pray First car decals. If I did not get your address and you signed up for one, you do not have one coming to you. Those of you at Cross Point, those of you who are local, you can pick up your Pray First decal if you signed up for one, because we have your name on all the envelopes, at the information desk in the lobby at Cross Point Church. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Get in here. Hashtag live, hashtag record, hashtag shared. Hit the hearts, hit the likes. Go stupid crazy on those. We're going to talk about atheist and atheism and atheist Americans. Okay, so here's the big question I'm going to start us all out with is this. Have you ever wondered how people can do some of the things they do? You look at them and you think, how can they treat their spouse like that? How can they treat a lady like that? How can they treat a man like that? How can they treat children like that? What are lawmakers thinking, if you want to go into that category? What are politicians thinking? What is that person doing? Why are they making that decision? What are they basing that on? How can they do that? How can they believe that about life? Come here. I didn't wake up one day and decide, hey, I'm going to read the teachings of Christopher Hitchens, or I'm going to go and read the musings of Stephen Hawking. I didn't wake up one day and decide, you know what? I think I'm going to become an atheist. More than likely, I just woke up, one day and started living like an atheist. So let's start talking about this and look, okay, why do people not think there is inherent value to a fetus's life or a baby's life or a person's life? At what age do you ascribe value to something or someone? Let's talk about that this morning. Atheism is a complex belief system. Atheism is a complex belief system that logically leads to some unsettling conclusions. Everybody hashtag unsettling. Come on. I want you to hashtag the word. Stephanie, Brandy, Christina, Samantha, Jan, Stormy, Stephanie, Raymond, Candy, Mike, Larry, T. Joe, Jan, Heather, Jeff England. Everybody hashtag the word unsettling. Atheism is a complex belief system that logically leads to some unsettling conclusions. And we need to say something about the word unsettling. Just because something is unsettling doesn't mean it isn't true. I'll try to hashtag some names in here. Tag some names in here. Put their names right into the comments. It will invite them into this room because we are starting a massive conversation of how Doug Bell, became an atheist. If you have editing capabilities, don't just cut out that little statement right there and go run with it and saying, what? Pray first? I got to cut this off? That's Pastor Doug. I thought he talked about the Bible. I want to talk to you about how most people, like myself, do not get up one day and start reading the writings of prominent atheists and scientific journals and this and that. They don't get up and make an informed decision, hey, I'm an atheist. We just get up and live like one, okay? Come on. Atheism is a complex belief system that logically leads us to some unsettling conclusions. Now, come on, listen, I need you to put on your thinking caps, and just because something is unsettling does not make it untrue. There are many things that are unsettling, but are also true. Here's the deal, and I need you to understand this because you've asked and you've wondered, how could someone treat somebody like that? How could we make laws like that? How could we not see the value of life? Why would we treat a child like that? That makes no sense how that judgment was made. We're a Christian nation. What is that? I'm not sure what that is. We are the founding fathers, and their intent was this. Their intent was to hold slaves in the backyard. So don't give me the founding father mess. I want to know how people who claim to be whatever a Christian is get up and treat people as if they have no value. It's not like we woke up today and we decided we're atheists. No. It's much more delusional than that. We just wake up and live like one. Here's how. Listen, guys. Some people think that they're just backsliding. Some people just think that they're, not as on fire as they used to be for the Lord. Some people just think, I'm going to stay home a couple weeks. Or some people just think I'm not going to read my Bible. I'm not going to pray. I'm just in this lull moment of my life. But I want you to listen to me clearly. Anytime you move away from one thing, you move towards another. Anytime you move away from one thing, you move towards another. Anytime I move away from one thing, let's say I'm right here, I'm close to this. Anytime I move away from my keys, I'm moving towards something else. If I move away from the mouse, I'm moving towards something else. Anytime, come on everybody, anytime you move away from one thing, you're moving towards something else. It's not that most people have studied atheism and made an informed decision to embrace atheism. They just wind up there because they move away from God. You don't even realize that that's where you're heading, but when you're moving away from God, you're moving towards a complex set of belief systems that you didn't even study, you haven't even approved, you didn't even recognize, you didn't even know you were going over there, but you are going away from one, you are going towards another. I'm going to talk to you this morning about atheism and how you and I, not someone else, not Richard Dawkins, not Christopher Hitchens, not somebody that you've read about, thought about, or heard about. I'm talking about how Candy, Laura, Christina, Brandy, Aaron, Doug, Jim, Mike, George, how we didn't wake up and decide we just started living like atheists. Now let's talk about this atheism. Anytime you move towards a view that does not include a personal God, come on. Anytime you move away from one thing, you're moving towards something else. Anytime you move towards a view that does not embrace, and some of you are going to hear these things because I'm going to give you 6 ideas of atheism, and the first 3 for sure you're going to think, I don't believe that. I don't think that's true. yet you're living like it. How many of you know there are things in Scripture that you believe to be true, but you're not living towards that? And anytime you're moving away from one thing, you are moving towards something else. Okay, so come on, this is going to be a thinking thing. Once you move towards a view that does not include a personal God, many are embracing. Come on, hit some hashtag, hit some likes, hit some hearts, go crazy on those. Anytime you move towards a view that does not include a personal God, you're saying, well, I don't do that. No, you're not making a choice to do that, but you are doing that. Many unknowingly are now embracing a different world view. Have you ever looked at someone who claimed themselves a Christian? You thought, how can you be a Christian and act like that? How can you be a Christian and live like that? How can you be a Christian and believe like that? How can you be a, quote, Christian, whatever that is, and not believe in inherent value of a child, of a baby, of a fetus, of a man, of a woman? How can you make decisions like that? How can you treat your kids like that? How can you treat your spouse like that? How can you just steal like that? How can you just lie like that? Anytime you move away from one thing, you move towards another. And once you move toward a view, you didn't make a decision to, you are moving towards a view based on your lifestyle, your actions, your words, the way you treat other people that does not include a personal God. Many are now unknowingly embracing a different view. Here's 5 things you need to know that you are accepting as a Christian atheist. A person who claims to be a follower of Christ, but who has moved away from Christ and is living like an atheist. I want you to know that our nation is not a Christian nation, whatever that is. We are an atheistic nation, and you're going to see that as I begin to read this. And I'm not saying, just because, listen, come here, that might be unsettling to you. But just because something is unsettling doesn't mean it isn't true. Okay, so number 1, I want to give you some things you must accept to be a good, proper atheist. Here's the alternative to having a living, breathing, personal God. And come on, I want to say this one more time before I read these. I didn't wake up and decide based on information or facts or the readings of Hitchens or the readings of Hawkins or the readings of anyone that I'm going to be an atheist. I just woke up one day and started living like one. All right, number 1. Here's some things you have to embrace as you move away from a personal God. Number 1, the illusion of the mind. These are tenets of atheism. The illusion of the mind. When you embrace atheism, when you embrace there is no personal living God, not that you believe it or decide or whatever, but you live as if there is no, there's no living personal God with an agenda. There is an illusion of the mind. Everybody hashtag illusion of the mind. There is no such thing as a mind in a universe that is governed by physics. No such thing, no such thing as thinking. There's no such thing as deciding. There's no such thing. You are predetermined. There is a process that is clicking in your head because your watch is wound. No one wound your watch. It's just ticking. There is an illusion of the mind. Atheists believe that we are totally governed by biology. There's nothing. Look here. This is it. This is your body is you. There is nothing, there's no you inside of you, okay? The illusion of the mind. I'm talking about the tenets of atheism. I'm talking about you didn't decide to become one, but living like one. There is no such thing as mind in the universe that is governed by the law of physics. There is no you inside. You are biology. Christopher Hitchens wrote in his book Mortality, he was suffering from cancer, and he goes to the doctor, and the doctor said, your body is reacting to this. Your liver is responding to that. Your body is reacting to this. When you do this, your body does that. Your body is having a hard time with this. You're something, your body. This is your body. And Hitchens looked at the doctor and said, I don't have a body. I am a body. I am a body. I don't have a body. There's nothing else in here. I am a body. I am a mixture of chemicals and biological matter. There's nothing else in me. There's no I to have. Body I am, okay? And you should try to live like your biology. Have you ever tried to live like you're just merely biology? Don't worry about thought. Don't worry about, decency. Don't worry about values. Don't worry about, respect and honor. You're just biology, and you can't help it how you treat other people and their bodies, and you can't help how you monetize their sexism. You can't help how you lust after them, and you just want to grab them and touch them, and you're just biology bumping up against biology, and you can't commit anything, or I didn't decide to do anything. It happens because I am biological matter. I don't have a body. All I am is just biology. You should try to live that way, and I dare you, don't do this, I'm just joking. I dare you to treat other people like that. You don't want to be treated like biology. You want to be respected, don't you? Because you believe there's a you inside of this. Many of you believe that. But you live like, I'm just biology. I can't control my lusts. I can't control my anything. I don't make choices. I just am. Number two tenet of our atheism in Christianity and atheism in general. Number two, the illusion of free will. The illusion of free will. Hashtag number two, the illusion of free will. You have never made a decision based on free will. Your genetic, biological firings have predetermined your actions, decisions, motivations, words. You are that. You are. If you change, it's because there was something in your programming to change. This thing of free will, this making a choice, this choosing to love. Come on. Some of us think we can't choose to love. Some of us think we can't choose to forgive. You're living like an atheist. You're living as if free will doesn't exist. I can't help I'm mad. I can't help I'm angry. I can't help I can't forgive them. I can't help I want them. I can't help. What? You're living as if that free will is this illusion. I can't help that I hate. I can't help that I'm racist. So all that's just predetermined inside of you, and you lack total control. You can't make a decision. There is no way to factor in free will with the logic of physics. Okay? The illusion of free will. Here's what Stephen Hawking said about his life during his pending death. He said, "We are predetermined. Everything about man is determined, and you can't do anything because you have no choices." Listen to this. He said, "However, I have noticed that even people who claim that everything is predestined and he or she can do nothing to change it, look before they cross the road." How about that? Number three, the illusion of value. This is the most scary one, and I want you to think about our society. I want you to think how people treat each other. I want you to think about the value of life. The illusion of value. Number three, the illusion of value. Guys, it's not that we got up and decided we were going to be an atheist today. It's not that we decided we're going to be an atheistic country today. I became an atheist when I just woke up and started acting like one. When I woke up and started acting like there is no personal God, there is no living God. Have any of you noticed, I want you to hit some thumbs, have any of you noticed that this is the way our society thinks? When children's lives doesn't matter, when fetuses do not matter, when women are mistreated, when men are mistreated, when children are mistreated, when you can't believe that we just take a child's lunch because they don't have 35 cents and throw it in a garbage can, when we kick people out of their homes, and when we don't treat people with kindness and generosity and love and patience and acceptance and forgiveness. This is how we live. This is how we treat people. It's not that we decided to become an atheist. We just live like one. The illusion of value. Listen, if you're going to be an atheist, and listen, if you're moving away from one thing, you're moving towards another. Anytime you're moving away from God, you are moving towards atheism, the illusion of value. Hey, good morning, Lily. The illusion of value. There is no, see there, that right there, look at there. I see that there's a 7-year-old little girl out there named Lily Willoughby. That's value. She's valuable. When I'm staring at a phone, but I'll stop, pray first to say, hey, Lily. Hi, Lily. I'm Doug. I'm going to meet you sometime. There is, according to this illusion of value, there is no inherent value. There is no real value in people, relationships, kids, jobs. There's nothing of value. No one can bring, listen, nothing exists that you can't see, touch, and understand. And no one can bring you a box of values. Therefore, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. There's no biological matter. There's no makeup. It doesn't exist. We live like that. We don't say we live like that. We didn't decide to live like that. We just live like that. And then here's the other ones that are just obvious. Something came from nothing. First life came from no life with no help. And number 6, natural selection is responsible for all life after first life, and that come from Darwin. In The God Delusion, Richard Dawkins wrote some pretty incredible things. I want to see if I can pull that up right now because I'm on this phone. I'm going to try to. He wrote some things about this, and I just want to read it to you, then I want to pray for you. Richard Dawkins, who is in The God Delusion, writes, think about it. On one planet, and possibly only one planet in the entire universe, molecules that would normally make up nothing more complicated than a chunk of rock gather themselves together into chunks of rock-sized matter of such staggering complexity that they are capable of running, jumping, swimming, flying, seeing, and hearing, capturing and eating other such animated chunks of complexity, capable in some cases of thinking and feeling and falling in love with yet other chunks of complex matter. When I read, and this is the concepts of atheism, the more I see and the more I study and the more I read the complexities and the ideas of atheism and natural selection, it feels more like a case for a personal God than against a personal God. It seems like there's such deception, but it seems like there's a case for a personal God with concepts, plans, ideas, and agendas, not less, but more likely. Look, I know this is a mind-boggling, thought-provoking thing I'm talking about here, but I want you to anchor our study on this. Anytime you move away from one thing, you're moving toward something else. And you may not even know it. And it might be unsettling. But unsettling is not necessarily untrue. Come back tomorrow. Father, right now in the name of Jesus, I pray that you would give us clarity, remove any confusion. No one would leave here and say, Pastor Doug's an atheist now. If that's the case, they've missed the whole point. Father, I pray that we would understand that we need to make decisions based on moving towards God, towards you, towards personal relationship. And when we do that, we will treat other people with love and respect and honor and value. And anytime we move away from love and honor and respect and value for others, anytime we move away from that, we're moving towards something else. We're moving towards the illusion of the mind, the illusion of free will, and the illusion of value. Father, I pray today that we would love one another like you have loved us. In Jesus' name. And all God's people said, amen. See you tomorrow. Bye, guys.